Oracle, 30,000 people, one fell swoop. You think you know this story, but you don't. And honestly, it blows my mind that more people are still not seeing this. But here it is. It's an analogy. Oracle is the Titanic. And if you are sitting in big tech right now, you and me, we're the iceberg. And the people they just pushed out are already making their move. You see, Oracle's running a playbook. We get it. Lay off the workforce, shift roles, H-1B visas, rehire the laid off as contractors. So cheaper, cleaner, no loyalty required. That's their playbook. But here's the thing. There's another playbook emerging, ours. And it is the iceberg they never saw coming. That's what we're going to talk about in today's video. So hi, I'm Monica. If you're new here, I'm 55 years old, 20 years in big tech, and I have been laid off back to back in as many years. And I've been living this layoff loop firsthand. And what I'm seeing right now is something you need to hear. So this is where it gets turbulent for Oracle. And by the way, when I say Oracle, it's really interchangeable for big tech because they're all doing it. Amazon, Oracle, Microsoft, all of them. Oracle is just the first mover here. They're really the first ones to say, hey, we're an AI company, learn AI or get out. But anyway, I know this and because I have the receipts from inside Oracle, from someone still sitting at their desk right now. Turns out the little worker bees have leverage and they're fighting back. Like I said, iceberg. So look at this post. 1.1 million views, 18,000 likes. This came from a Reddit post, employees of Oracle. It was posted by someone who survived the cuts. The title says it all. So for those who survived, do not push yourself to work harder to mitigate the impact of a reduced headcount. So here's what happened. Right after this layoff, a senior director got on a call with the survivors and basically said to them, you're going to need to ramp up your efficiencies, pick up the slack, make it work. The surviving employees heard that and they collectively said, yeah, no, absolutely not. No extra hours, no going above and beyond, bare minimum, full stop. But there's another layer that nobody's talking about because this post takes it even further. It says to the other survivors, one survivor to another, if you guys even think about stretching yourself to cover the gap, you're sending a signal to management that the cuts were justified, that there's room to cut more. You're not being a team player. You're being a validator. You're telling the overlords, good call. Do it again. So the survivors, they understand this, and they're choosing a side. Again, that is the iceberg Oracle never saw coming. Now, hang on. Are you guys, if you're one of the survivors right now, sitting at your desk right now, doing the absolute bare minimum and not 1 ounce more, comment below. I want to know what you guys are hearing, seeing, and doing. Now, there's a question that nobody's asking Oracle, and that is, hey, Oracle, did you actually think about what comes next? Because the workforce that Oracle, they just built, that's a whole different problem. And I'm going to show you exactly what that looks like. Now let's talk about what Oracle's actually left with. So problem number 1, you've got a generation that needs a coach to learn how to make a phone call. And that's not me being mean. There's an actual woman who's charging $480 an hour to teach Gen Z workers how to talk to people. How's that for a side hustle? On the phone. That is real. That is their workforce. Now, problem number 2. Oracle's actually counting on AI to pick up the slack. But here's the deal. AI is not ready for prime time. It's simply not delivering on its promises. Oracle cannot talk, not Oracle, excuse me. AI cannot talk to an angry customer. AI cannot walk into a room and read it. AI cannot show up at an event and build a relationship. And even if it could, most people want to talk to a human. And that is not going away, not anytime soon. So here's what big tech is choosing. Not ready for primetime players with no social skills and a technology that hasn't proven itself. This is what I call turbulence ahead for all of them. And this is bigger than Oracle because across big tech right now, when the riff hits, Gen Xers are making a choice. They're not fighting it. They're not chasing it. They're choosing to walk away from it entirely. And where they're going is changing everything. I'm going to talk about that in a second. But you want to know what the real backlash looks like? It's really not loud, and it's not, it's not a protest. It's pretty quiet. It's pretty deliberate. And I don't think Oracle has factored this into the equation. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't. But the bottom line is a lot of people are saying the hell with it. Here's what I'm actually seeing on the ground, and this is real. The people who are walking away from big tech, I personally know multiple people taking packages because they don't want this anymore. But they are doing side hustles and they're doing their own thing. But you know what they're not doing? They're not doing apps, tech, nothing like that. Actually, they're going analog, and you might be a little bit surprised. I was surprised. Farming. I'm hearing farming, speed dating businesses, in-person events, anything human to human, community building. And here's the thing. It totally makes sense. Because really, outside of big tech, most people are not using AI. And I know this to be true because I asked my circle, 5 people, 2 lawyers, 1 chief CHRO, and a general contractor. And out of those 5 people, or excuse me, 4 people, 5 would be me. I'm using AI. But anyway, it's because I'm in tech. But guess what? Only 1 of those 4 is actively using AI on a daily basis. The others are either not using it at all or infrequently. Because you know why? People don't want it. And people don't trust it. And even when they can use AI, people are still choosing to work with a human every single time. And the data backs this up because even inside tech companies, there's no real ROI on AI yet. So I'm on the inside. I see this firsthand. I'm telling you right now, tech sellers do not know how to position it. And buyers are still searching for solid use cases to justify writing the check. So this emperor has no clothes. And the people who just walked away from big tech, they already knew that. That's why they're farming. That's why they're hosting speed dating events. That's why they're building something real, something human, something big tech cannot replicate. It's really the polar opposite. So tell me in the comments, are you guys still waiting on corporate America to come back for you? Or are you already building something of your own? Because I think you already know which one it's going to be. So here's where we land. Oracle bet the farm on AI, and the people they pushed out went and bought one. Literally, a farm I'm talking about. And that is the iceberg they never saw coming. Oracle made their bet. Now here's yours. Because if you're sitting in big tech right now, or you just got pushed out, I want you to know the old playbook is not going to save you. So stop applying into the void. I made a video about exactly why that is not working and what to do instead. It's called Hundreds of Applications, Zero Offers. Here's why. It's right there. Go watch it.